afternoon to everyone. My name is Kriti Shroff, and I'm a leading career counselor. And I co-founded the organization Careers with Kriti back in 2015. Today, here we are with our special webinar called Career Discovery, where we will be inviting 10 different industry professionals, and each of our following videos will be talking about one industry and one career with a leading professional from that space. So we bring to you more knowledge and more content with the help of industry. Warm welcome to you, Sandeep sir. Uh, so Sandeep sir has been working with the government administrative services, and he's the man behind uh, how we all see Indore being the cleanest city. And today he's here with all of us to talk about his inputs on how government services work and what kind of responsibilities and things can be taken up by students. So thank you, sir, for joining us today. And I know it was a very busy and hectic day for you, but thank you for taking this request and sparing out the time to join the students and parents.
First of all, I'm really very sorry for I was stuck in a meeting and it was not planned earlier, so I really apologize for that. Yes, we can start.
No, definitely not. I think that was the perfect example to give to students that when you're working with government, you need to be prepared for these last minute things.
Yes.
So, sir, government administrative services is one of the most coveted and sought after career by most Indian parents. You know, despite the fact that we know that the success rate is not very high, and the competition levels are very big. We want to understand what kind of work is done in when a student is planning to get into any kind of government services.
So when I was studying my public administration, though my background is I'm an engineer basically, but my subject was public administration. So there was a famous philosopher or public administrator, Fayol, and there was a statement of Fayol that public administration is everywhere, from morning to evening and from your womb to tomb. It means this is the one field which affects directly or indirectly every hour, every minute of human life. So the arena is very wide, and especially when as we are living in third world country. So in third world country, in a developing country, especially developing cities like or developing state like Madhya Pradesh or even Uttar Pradesh, the predefined tasks are very less. So every day, even all the governments, even all the administrators face a lot of new challenges. And here the general administration plays very important role. So why we call it as general administration? Because it's everywhere. So if you think about whether it's water supply or law and order or hospital management or even mandi management, sewer management, or food procurement, or even managing a wine shop or cinema hall, roads, forest, so garden, everywhere there is administration. So I think why this is important, because it's challenging. Why this is important? Because it's it's always keep your mind busy and active. You have to be very alert, and it gives you platform. It gives you opportunities to learn. So I think this is the one service where you don't stop learning. So, and learning is like, it's not the learning in one field, it's learning in every field, whether it's human behavior, political management, social laws, legal issues, environmental issues. So, public administration is everywhere. So, civil servants are everywhere. Therefore, I think this is, therefore, it's very attractive. But the attraction is the wider perspective, wider scope of work, not because of the Pili Batti and Sanic or wo sari cheezein. These are, these things attract you for some time only. But the main thing is the value addition which you can give for society in every field, in any field. So yes, and especially in third world, public administration scope and the civil servant scope will always, it will keep on increasing. It won't stop.
So what are the kind of skills that a child should start working on, which are required if they want to get into a career like this?
I think it's not only for the civil service, but any field. Everybody has a unique personality. So everyone should choose everyone should his or her career as per his or her personality. What is his or her ambition, and what are the skills? Or yes, skills can be learned and that can be can be improved. But as far as public administration is concerned, you should be, and based on my own experience of last 12 years, 12, in fact, 13 years. As I was an engineer, so I thought, let's choose a field where I should get an opportunity to learn and to excel myself. And when we talk about to learn and to excel for yourself, then, then the first and the foremost thing that should have you should have ability to learn, and your mind should be flexible, and you should not be biased. आपकी हमेशा there should be tendency to learn and to learn new things and to change, or I should say to adapt and adopt your behavior as per the changing ecosystem. So flexibility in mind is very, very must for this civil services. And you have to keep on working. So you have to interact with the political leaders. You have to interact with the armed janta. You have to interact with the scientists. So you are interacting with every section of society. So you should not be prejudiced. And most importantly, if you're working as civil servant, you should be anonymous. You should work impartially. So these are the things which should be a part of your personality. And if these are not a part of your personality, and if you really want to work from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and you cannot compromise your personal life, and if you cannot compromise your health, yes, obviously everyone should make a balance between your professional, personal life and social life. But in civil service, it's really very difficult. If you are working for hours from early morning to late evening, definitely your personal life, your family life, and your health will compromise. But the gain for the society is very high. Everyone tries to make a balance, but it's not always very easy. So I think the most important skill you should have, your mind should be flexible. You should be very well prepared that you have to work for hours, and that you not your IQ is very important, your EQ is very important. So your emotional stability, you should work for emotional stability. You can vary your emotion as per the changing conditions, as per the changing demand of the government. So these are some basic skills. But I think as I think the most of these students are from 10th or 11th or 12th standards. So they're at the initial stage. I think this is not the right time. If you are really want to work for the society, yes, you should work for the society. My experience is we can learn any skill. And as far as this civil service is concerned, it doesn't require any specific skill because it's not the engineering background. It doesn't require an engineering thing or the medical thing. It's not actually science, it's human behavior. And human behavior can be learned by anyone. So if you really want to work for the society, go for it. But if your aim is, that paraphernalia like the Sainik, Pili Batti, and the PAR, you should not work. We should not go for it because it will attract you for some time. But then after some time, the long working hours, stress level, getting affected your personal and professional life will disturb you. So keeping all these things in mind, if you want to work for the society, go for it.
Okay, I think very well said, and I think that leads me to the next question where I was about to ask you, how does your typical day look like? So is it like long working hours with a lot of stress and last minute things like we just saw? What does a typical day for an Indian administrative or government officer look like?
So as I said earlier, this our ecosystem, especially Indian ecosystem, political system, or the social system, or the law and order system is very volatile, very dynamic. it's so dynamic that in the morning there is some different issue, different scene, but in the evening you will find a different scenario. So in these cases you have to be alert always. So there is no fixed schedule. First of all, it cannot be fixed. And as I'm working in the municipal corporation in a local body, so if I talk about myself, in last 4 years, I start my day at 6:30 in the morning. Then I take a round of with my seniors and juniors. We take a round of the entire city. We see the garbage, kahan se kachra aa raha hai, whether the door-to-door vehicle is reaching to the every doors or not, whether is there is garbage or the littering, even the nala cleaning, the septic tanks, then your community toilet and the public toilet and urinals. So we start our day with the garbage. No, this is how we start our day. Then after starting the day, then we come to our routine day, like attending meetings and the offices, interacting with Aam Janata, then Sunwai. If there is some law and order issue, then you have to go law and order for the law and order issue. If there is an encroachment removal, then you have to attend the encroachment removal drive, and then you interact with many pressure groups, maybe some gundas or maybe some political leaders or maybe some other pressure. We get many phone calls at the same time to stop at one side. Somebody calls you for stop the action, and at the same time some political leader calls you to take the action. So you have to take decision. So decision making is very important in civil service. If you delay the decision, then it will make you frustrated, and then you will face a lot of emotional turbulence. Then again in the evening you again moving in the city for seeing the cleanliness status in the city. And at the same time, you are dealing many projects like sewer project, water project, or the smart cities project, then air quality improvement. So in short, it's not only the municipal corporation. If you're working in the district administration, if you're working even with the MPB or even electric board, even if you're working with the food department or rural development, you will find these kind of dynamic volatile ecosystem everywhere. So in short, you have to work from early morning to late evening. You don't have any choice. There is a possibility you may change your department, but again, you will face different kind of challenges. So challenges everywhere. But the good thing, this challenge is, you like this challenge. If you work in civil services, in civil service environment, you will start liking all these challenges. Why? Because if you solve any challenge, if you solve any problem, actually you are giving some values into the society. And if you give some values to the society, people will start appreciating you. And that appreciation is uncomparable. That is valueless. That is uncomparable. If any newspaper writer writes about you, you will feel very satisfaction. If any political leaders or even the higher office, if you get any medal or certificate from the chief minister or from the prime minister, so it satisfies you a lot. So recently, when Indore came, the cleanest city fifth time in a row. So I got an opportunity to take the award from the President of India. I mean, these are very rare opportunity. How many officers or how many persons get these kind of opportunity? So this gives you a lot of satisfaction.
Absolutely. And I must tell you, I've done my graduation with Pradeep in Indore, and I recently visited Indore, and what a turnaround it has been.
Yes, it is.
Kudos to your team. And now currently I'm in Kanpur, which requires a lot of people in vision like you to turn around the city. But it's really hats off from where it was to today where it is, and only grit and perseverance and dedication like yours could
So
help.
let me give you one example how it happened. I think this shows the importance of a civil servant. 5 years back, the collector of Indore is Mr. Manish Singh is the collector of Indore, who started this drive 5 years back in 2015-16, and he was the one who led from the front. So his leadership, later on the political leadership, the administrative leadership, he mobilized every section of society, and now you can see within 5 years time, it's not only the cleanliness of Indore, but you can see a lot of investment from national and international organizations. we can say a lot of there are many companies, the MNCs are coming and investing in Indore. So the one drive, the one campaign is actually transforming the entire investment perspective of the city. And who tried this? Only one civil servant. So Mani Singh sir tried this, started this, and you can see the transformation. So this is something there in the civil services. If you really want to transform in any field, and you are determined, and if you work really hard with a vision, and you have that, you have that caliber to convince others, to mobilize others, you can transform the city or even the state or even the nation.
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. My next question to you, sir, is there are a lot of students who feel that coming from humanities, because there are questions on humanities in the selection process. So coming from humanities gives you an advantage. I have been told by so many students that we are opting out for humanities because we want to sit for civil services. Is there any truth in this? Because I know I want to break this myth with your help, saying that is there any truth in the correlation of taking humanities as subjects and getting selected by in the government services examination? And you're coming from an engineering background.
So it depends upon individual. If you see the top 20 list or top 100 list of UPSC, you will find many engineers. Even there was a time in top 20, लगभग 18-20 engineers, 18-19 engineers हुआ करते थे. So ultimately, you're dealing with the humans in civil services. You're interacting with the every section or different section of society. If you are from if you're a humanity background, it might help you. It might help you, but it doesn't mean that if you're from an engineering background, it won't help you. Ultimately, it's your understanding. It's your understanding about the society. If you read some theories, yet it may help you. But if you're having a good intelligence, I'm not talking about the IQ. If I'm talking about I'm talking about the EQ, emotional intelligence. And for emotional intelligence, it's not necessarily they should be from a humanity background or engineering. Should be from the humanity background. Even if you're from a non-humanity background, this will help you a lot. But as far as the clearing this exam is concerned, yes, most of the engineers go for humanity subjects, and the reason is very simple. The clearing this exam with the humanity subject is very easy, relatively easier than the engineering or the science subjects. So if you are opting your humanity in your graduation, clearing this exam might help you. Again, if your IQ is very high, you're very intelligent with the IQ from IIT background, even if after you clearing your engineering, you go for art subject, you'll clear the exams. So it depends upon the individual. I think no one should be prejudiced if you're with the arts background. It depends upon your interest. So if you're interested in your orientation is for humanity subjects, take humanity subjects. If your orientation if your interest in orientation is for the engineering or the science subjects, take science or engineering subject, because that is very important. That will help you to improve your mental level, your intelligence, and your emotional intelligence, and other important aspects of your personality. And that important aspect of your personality will help you to clear the examination. So opt your subject as per your interest and orientation. You will clear any exam, whether it's civil service or CAT or GATE or whatever, if you're from that background. And this is my understanding. It's a very subjective matter, but it's my understanding.
Absolutely, I think I totally agree with you that being good and strong in what you're doing is very important. And once you do that, you should be able to clear examinations. I would now open the chat for students to ask questions, and I already have few questions sitting in my chat box. One question is, what should be my strategy to become ISS officer and work as an ambassador?
So, I mean, again, if you are from 10th or 11th standard, first of all complete your graduation, and meanwhile you start study your preparation for the UPSC civil services. You have to clear UPSC services. You should be in top 100 to get IFS. Once you get IFS, yes, you will be an ambassador of any country of your life. But first of all, you have to clear your UPSC. And for that, start, what is my suggestion? Whether you go for the art subject or the engineering or the science subject, start your preparation from first year. Because this takes time. If you start your preparation after completion of your graduation, that will take another 2-3 years. It doesn't mean it will take 2-3 years. You can clear your exam even in the first year. But if you start your preparation from first year, you will have an edge over other students.
Absolutely. There's a next question saying, how important is reading to prepare for Indian administrative services?
How important reading? Yes, reading is very important. The reason is but the most important, what are you reading? You should be very well aware what is the syllabus and which kind of questions are asked in your preliminary examination or the mains examination. So UPSC or the civil service examination is not for for enriching your knowledge. No, you're not here for doing your PhD. You're here for clearing the examination. So you should do a smart preparation. You should read, which can help you to clear the examination rather than enriching your knowledge or always remember you're not doing your PhD. You are reading to clear the examination. So you should be very well aware what is the syllabus and which kind of questions are asked even in that syllabus. Your direction of preparation should be in that direction. Read good newspapers, good quality magazines, good quality. But yes, whatever you're reading, it should be of good quality. If you read good quality magazine, for example, if you read Hindu paper, you will start writing like Hindu paper. If you read your Yojana magazine, you will start writing like Yojana. If you read good textbook, you will start thinking like those textbook, and that is something which is required for clearing any civil service examination. Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is, should we opt for a private job or a government job?
This is absolutely your choice. And if you are in 10th standard, consult with your parents, consult with your peers, and consult with the madam like Kriti. And if you are in the 12th standard or if you complete your graduation, then I think you can understand yourself. You can analyze yourself, which kind of orientation you have. What is your, it's not about the services. Actually, we are not living in European or the American countries where you can spend only 6 to 7 hours in your job and remaining is your personal life. But in India, actually, हम नौकरी नहीं करते हैं. We don't do our job with our life. Actually, हमारी जो नौकरी है, that is our life. So your job should be like which can make you happy. If your private job is making you happy, go for it. If your government job is making you happy, go for it. Even after doing your private job, you're not satisfied, leave it, try for government job. Even in the government job and you're not satisfied, leave it, go for the private job. If you're not liking any of these, then if you want to become an entrepreneur, go for it. So again, be flexible at least जब तक आप 30 साल के ना हो जाओ, but after that don't try any new thing.
The next question is how to develop officer-like qualities.
Officers-like qualities. So it's not forceful development. The development is natural. If you work in that ecosystem, automatically you will feel those qualities. So if you are working in civil services, automatically this is what I said. Civil services provides a lot of opportunity where you can excel yourself, where you can excel your qualities. So if you come in that ecosystem, automatically you will see those characteristics in your personality. But if you're not civil service as of now you're a student, so try to read good books, try to read good articles, try to read good textbooks, and try to prepare for the examination. Listen good quality news channels, and if it's all about the stimuli which you are hitting your mind. If you receive quality stimuli, automatically, your inner development, your personal development will be in the right direction.
Thank you. I think with this, we'd like to bring to an end of the session. It was a long day for all the students. And unfortunately, I think some students we waited and then they left and they
I
couldn't
can
join in
understand.
again. Thank you, sir.
Thank
You
you
so
so much.
much
Thank you so much.
for joining
Thank
in
you.
today and sharing your time.
Thank you.
So we'll come back tomorrow with the next set of 5 speakers, and do join in tomorrow at 3 p.m. where we bring in to you the next 5 speakers. Happy weekend. Have a good day. Bye-bye.